You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZWLP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hey, what's going on? This is YPC, Young Professionals of Conroe, coming to you live Fridays at noon on 106.1 and 104.5. I'm here with my co-host, San Chang. San, how you doing today?
What's going on? What's good? What's popping? What's not hot is the outside weather. I tell you that. But other than that, we're good. We're blessed. We're alive, and can't ask for nothing more than that.
How's your day been, brother?
Today's been very, very busy. You and I has been doing a lot of running around, getting things done. So that's what it is.
What have we been getting done, San?
We've been laying pipes, picking up pipes, just a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? A lot.
Food, clothes.
Yep, everything. Big shout out to first our city, our community, our city worker, our law enforcement, our first responders, our mayor, our councilman. What else? Come on, help me out. Come on, help me out. Who else?
The Under-Over Center.
The over-under center. What? Oh, under-over.
That's right.
Under-over center. Big shout out to them. They're doing a lot of great things for the people here, the community.
Yes, they are.
They're an outreach program. So if you guys are like looking for a place to donate your clothes, food, blanket, beanies, hat, gloves, anything like that, they are in need of beanies, gloves, hat, sweater,
scarves.
Yes. Donate that to Under-Over outreach.
And just so everybody knows, Under-Over is actually out there for the people that are in need. They're not just supplying and acting as a warming shelter. They are also delivering goods, meals, supplies to individuals around the city, to homeowners that are in need. So They could use all the help they can get. Our city officials can, use some community support, and our neighbors can use our neighbors.
Yes.
And a big shout out to the citizens of Conroe for all of their patience and all of their heartwarming enthusiasm going through all of these current and recent events. So shout out to the citizens.
Shout out to the citizens. Shout out to Taylor for volunteering, for donating his time and energy to helping out his neighbors, helping out the community, just being you. You are the face of Conroe, you know what I mean? And I'm just saying that, speaking in general, like,
we're all the face of
Conroe. We are the face of Conroe. We are here helping each other out during these hard times, and we didn't know this was coming, right?
Yeah.
It's unexpected. We wasn't prepared, but at the same time, when you stick together, regardless if you're prepared or not, we'll make it through.
Yep, it's easier to make it through together than it is on your own. And you'll find that to be true any way you toss the coin.
Hey, question.
Huh.
Man, it was pretty cold this week, right?
It was all right, man.
Well, you're the Iceman, okay, Wim Hof Jr.? But check this out. Did you lose power?
No.
Did you lose water?
No.
Wow, so you were fortunate.
We were.
You lucky booger.
Yeah, that's right.
You're a lucky booger. No, you're not a lucky booger, but I'm glad you didn't lose it. We on the other end, we lost. We lost water. Did we lose water? Yeah, we lost water first. We lost water first. We still had gas. Shout out to natural gas. We lost water, and then at that we gained water and lost electricity. Still had gas. Shout out to natural gas. And then we lost electricity for 2 days. First day we bundled up, blanket, threw 5 layers of clothes on, and stayed warm and watched the Fast and the Furious marathon. Just in a living room.
How'd you watch the Fast and the Furious marathon?
We had a generator.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to generators.
Shout out to a generator. So, and that generator just so happened to be that was for the food truck. So that generator was definitely useful. Very, very useful. So we bundled up in the living room. Upstairs was cold. Even though it was cold, it could be a lot. It could have been a lot worse, correct?
Oh, yeah.
It could have been a lot worse. But, just blessed to have a roof over our head and, being together.
Blessed to have a
that's
roof
it.
over your head, blessed to have a car, blessed to have
Yeah.
any type of shelter at that moment, because there are a lot of people that this caught that didn't
Yeah.
have any shelter at the moment.
And I'm telling you, the hardest working people here are the city public workers.
Yeah.
Yo, it was super cold. Like, man, I'm talking about, man, hands are frozen,
Yeah.
feet, everything, And the city workers out there making sure that pipes are repaired, stopping water leaks, everything. And then we got our first responder, our law enforcement out there in the cold as well. Big shout out to you guys, because, man, you guys
Huge shout
are
out.
the real MVP, the true heroes of our city, you know what I mean?
That's right. Shout out to true heroes of the city.
Yeah, and big shout out to our mayor, Jody, our councilman.
Jody spent a lot of his time out on the front lines as well.
Yeah.
Same thing with some of our councilmen.
Councilman Raymond McDonald opened up the Lone Star Convention Center.
Yep, stayed there and made sure that it happened. Out there making moves and creating shelters, creating spaces.
Shout out to all the councilmen, you know what I mean? They played a big, vital role in how everything was, brought in together, stuck together, just everything. It was amazing. And we made it through. And hopefully, when times like this come through again, we're definitely be prepared.
Yeah, hopefully so. And at the end of the day, you can be one of these hardest workers out there as well. I mean, these are all personal choices. There's always something that you can do. So, like, I was one of the fortunate ones. I mean, San's technically considered one of the fortunate ones. There are a lot of people that are still undergoing quite a bit of trouble, and that had it a lot worse off than we are, than we did. So, you can take a move. You can go out there. It's up to you. You as a community, we as a community, we as neighbors, we as a city, we thrive as one, and that one is together. So, if you haven't checked on your neighbors, get out there and check on them. And your neighbors can be, the person right next to you. You can check on your street, the street over. You can go to another neighborhood, or just shout out if you have the community app next door. See what your local communities are up to, and see if there's any time or any resources that you might be able to donate to help these situations and to help everybody overcome some of the hardships and the struggles that they might be incurring at the moment.
Exactly.
I can't underestimate enough how much power we all have together.
Yep.
That's something that you shouldn't, I don't want anybody out there that's listening right now to underestimate either. You have the ability to be one of those true heroes. So
that's right.
It's up to you whether or not you
check
take
on
it.
your elderly. Check on the elderly too, because my neighbor, she's a lot of older woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when we lost electricity, of course the house was cold. She stayed in her truck, So check on your neighbors. Make sure you check on them, because when you're out of electricity for 2 days, food will get spoiled.
Yeah.
Unless you take them outside
Yeah.
and leave the outside refrigerator on, right?
Yeah.
So check on your elderly neighbors. See if they're doing okay, If you guys are looking and you want to be a part of a movement and want to volunteer and would like to volunteer, I want you guys to reach out to us. Reach out to us on our social media page, Young Professionals of Conroe, and our email. What's it?
YPC936@gmail.com.
We are looking for volunteers right now, a
And we're
helping hand.
And donations.
And donation.
We have some drop-off centers over at Lake Conroe Automotive in the Vineyard Church here in Conroe. And you can call or text Son or I.
Yeah.
My number is 936-253-9322.
Can you say it a little slower, please? That was fast.
936-253-9322.
All right, and a sexier voice.
That was my sexy voice.
Okay, there, the white berry white.
What's your number, Son?
All right, my phone number is reach me at on our cell phone 832-239-7503. Once again, that number is 832-239-7503.
You can also reach out to us over Facebook or social media. You can type in Young Professionals of Conroe or YPC936 and just shoot us a DM or a PM.
What kind of helping hand do we need right now for volunteers?
We need people that simply have two pairs of hands. There's anybody with plumbing experience would be great, but there's going to be a lot of people that might need just a little bit of help, just reorganizing or moving things. So if you don't have any plumbing experience, don't take it as, no one can use my help. But that's not true. That's not true at all. So if you feel like you have time that you are willing to give, reach out to us. And I'm sure that there's something that we can find for you to do to help out with the community and to help out with some of the things going on here in the city.
Hey, big shout out to the local places that was actually open during this time. You know what I mean? No electricity, no water. Big shout out to all the businesses that was able to up and run and
Yeah.
provide their service. You know, big
You
shout out
too.
to them. Yeah, big shout out to my daughter and my wife and my niece who operated Tasty Asian. You guys are very very special to me. I think
And
special
me.
and to Taylor. You guys were able to go out there and prepare food, hot meals, and thank you so much to our community, those who came out. We can only do what we can do and serve our community. And we appreciate that so much from every one of you guys. We love you guys for real, from the bottom of our
Yeah,
heart.
we do.
So yeah, it was just something by knocking on a door. Volunteer time, take the time out, knock on a door, and ask your neighbor, how are you doing?
Yeah, what seems to be going on? Could you use any help? And if it's help that you might not be able to provide, reach out to us. We'll
Yeah.
find somebody that can.
Yes. And like I said, like Taylor said, you got clothes that you're not wearing no more. Donate them. You know what I mean? Donate it.
Yeah.
It will make sure that we'll put it to good use. Under and over outreach.
Outreach off
Yeah.
of Fraser.
And big shout out to
That's
Mike
600
also.
Fraser Street.
Hey, big shout out to Mike. Mike from Impact Color Direct.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Color Tech Direct.
Color
Printing.
Tech Direct.
Color Tech Direct Printing. They made signs for us for the drop-off location.
Yes, they did. Big
you-
shout out to
Big shout out to them.
Tech Direct.
Reach out to Mike. If you guys are looking to get anything printed at all, anything made, he is your go-to guy. He is local in Conroe, my neighbor on Cable Street. I don't know the exact address. I think Taylor's going to pull it up right now. But
I'm looking it up. And that is 809 Cable Street, Conroe, Texas 77301. Big shout out to Color Tech Direct. And that contact info for them could be 936-788-1200. Again, that's 936-788-1200.
that's it. Reach out to Mike for all your printing needs. Keep it local. And
I
keep
couldn't
it
think of anything that rhymed with
local.
local that sounded. Keep it local and keep it local.
Keep it local. Keep it local.
And keep it silly. So, all right. So we're about to segue a little bit here. There are a couple things that YPC has going on. Son, what does YPC have going on outside of the current events?
YPC, we will be hosting, along with Mayor Jody, a monthly entrepreneur meetup. That's on Thursday. You know the date yet?
The last Thursday of each month.
The last Thursday of each month. After we do the radio show, we will head over to next door at 202 Main.
Last Thursday each month at 7 p.m., beginning the last Thursday of the month of March.
So if you guys are interested in meeting up, chit-chatting, wanting to know more about how to operate a business, the good, the bad, the everything, you want to pick
The ins and the outs.
pick the brains of other local entrepreneur. This event is for you. Make sure you guys come out. Make sure you guys follow us, please, and make sure you like the page and share it, because the more of it gets shared, the more impact we would like to make in Conroe as far as helping with everything, right?
Visibility and exposure to be
Yep.
able to lend a helping hand.
That's it.
That date's going to be March 25th at 7 p.m. at 202 Main here locally in downtown Conroe. For any entrepreneurs that would like to learn a little bit more about the ins and the outs and learn some tricks and tips on doing business or how to become an entrepreneur, start your own business. This is, established, non-established. You're all welcome. There's going to be something for each and every individual to learn. This is not to sell anything to you. This is solely to provide information to help you through any processes and procedures or struggles that you might be currently undergoing. So please follow our page, YPC936, across the board to keep up with some of that, to see who our speakers are going to be. And we've also got a big event coming up in April. That's going to be from April 1st to May 1st, partnering with local charity here, charity organization, Human Trafficking Fundraising by Hands of Justice with Becca Carey. So shout out to Becca Carey, shout out to Hands of Justice, shout out to the Miles for Trafficking event that will now be an annual event going on here in downtown Conroe. So from April 1st through May 1st, log up your virtual miles, whether you're running or walking, donate the $5 entry fee. It's $5 to go toward economic empowerment for human trafficking survivors. $5.
Man, I blow more than that a day.
This costs that.
So
just to
think
get
about
here.
it. $5 just to enter, and that $5 will go to a great cause, right?
And share that. Go to Miles for Trafficking
Share it.
on Facebook.
Share it, just like how I'm sharing this.
It's a virtual run. Don't
Here.
try to share. I'm not gonna look to my left.
Share it.
I'm not gonna look.
Sharing
to my
is caring.
left.
Hurry
No.
up.
I'm not eating that
you
shit.
love me, you eat this.
I'm not. What?
You love me, you eat this.
No, don't.
This is
don't
for.
like 'em.
Hey,
No.
I'm
No.
sharing my meal with
No.
you, just like I'm making sure that my neighbor's okay. You're my neighbor right now.
I've got water.
Take one bite.
There's plenty of food sitting here in front of me.
Take one bite, please.
No, I'm not gonna take a bite. No.
I won't ask you ever again.
No, you touched it. I'm not eating it after. No. Oh, that sounds gross. So, April 30th, there's going to be a big gala at the Conroe Tower. This will be held virtually and in person. If anything changes with either of those, just follow our page and you'll find out. We're going to have a couple of great speakers there. We're going to be announcing those soon. So check out website milesfortrafficking.org. Check out handsofjustice.org. Check out Hands of Justice on Facebook, and check out Miles for Trafficking on Facebook and YPC 936 or Young Professionals of Conroe.
Stay positive
Yes.
and keep smiling,
Always.
regardless of what's going on.
Whatever the circumstances, there's always a way to be positive.
There's always somebody
Those
there to
negative
talk
vibes
to.
aren't going to do you good. They're not. Those negative vibes are only going to make the situation worse. If you're finding yourself in a struggle, finding it hard to keep that smile on your face, if you don't feel like you have anybody else to reach out to, reach out to us.
Yes.
We're always going to be here for you. YPC's here for the community. We are called Young Professionals of Conroe for a reason. We're going to go ahead and bring in our guests. We've got a real treat for you here today. Son, you excited?
I'm very excited. Not just on Dad. I'm excited to see who's going to eat what we have today.
Oh, we got a couple of special treats for everybody, including one of us. So
Stay tuned.
stay tuned. We'll talk to you soon.
Oh, yeah.
Hey y'all, it's DJ Mike from Dance Time in Texas. Join me Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. as I count down the top 10 Texas Red Dirt songs that are packing the dance floor. I'll be featuring local artists and the story behind the hits, shows in the area, as well as new songs that make you want to dance. It's Dance Time in Texas with DJ Mike on Lone Star Community Radio, 104.5 KCZW and 106.1 KZCC, Conroe, Texas, or online, irlonestar.com.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Taylor Cobion with the OC Wellness in Conroe, Texas, and I'd like to start this off with a question. What's the most important part of your health? That's right, psychology. If your mind isn't in it, then you aren't in it, and that's the biggest part of my job, increasing your drive, energy, and personal happiness. While I'm looking for people experiencing chronic disease, pain, and fatigue, the first step to helping these people, aka you, is by assessing their and your mentality. The information and marketing out there can tend to lead you down a dark rabbit hole, but you've got to remember that your mind and body are what? An original. And you are the what? The captain. Together that's original captain, and that's what the OC stands for. Do you know anyone who visits the chiropractor but still doesn't experience lasting relief? If so, please send them my way. I'm Taylor Cobion, owner of the OC Wellness, reminding you to keep your health and wellness original.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show. With monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776.
Hey, what's going on? Okay, we've got some wonderful guests here. One of them's name is not Jeff. His name's Cory, and the other one's name's Alonso. And Alonso, Cory, tell us what brought you guys here today.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I guess I will begin. So Of course, I know San for some time now, and once he told me he was doing this, I kind of reached out to him and said, hey, man, I'd like to come on just to kind of get the word out there about what we're doing with Blueshield Tactics and what we're about, and, just let people know about us. And we kind of cater to specific individuals, but, I feel like there's a lot of people that know individuals in law enforcement, and even if the person themselves doesn't hear it, they can reach out to them and, spread the word.
I dig it.
Yeah.
So Blueshield Tactics, what is that?
Blueshield Tactics. So it's a law enforcement combatives program that I initiated at the beginning of the year, and it's specifically for individuals in law enforcement, whether it's Conroe PD, Montgomery County, anybody wearing a badge, that's in that position to, DPS, of course, and Cory Brown here is a Montgomery County Sheriff's Deputy himself. He's been
Thank you for your service.
Yes, sir.
Man, shout out to Cory Brown,
Cory Brown.
Sheriff. Shout out to the law enforcement.
Shout out to law
Man,
enforcement.
shout out to that nice beard.
Hey, hey,
I didn't even notice you have a beard. His beard outshine yours. I'm sorry.
hey, man!
I
I've
put some
been.
oil in it before I
I
got
know.
He did. I can see it. I'm over here, man. I haven't showered. You went home to shower it. I'm like, man, I've been
Don't
going
tell
back
liars,
to
we're not
back
doing
all
it.
day, and
Man.
you just go ahead and just my beard disappeared.
Man, Corey knew he was gonna come on today. He was like, I gotta
yeah.
slick my hair,
Yeah, you gotta prepare,
oil
man.
my
Where'd
beard.
you get your
Got it
oil
ready
from?
on fire. My brother.
Hold on. Does your brother make his custom oils?
No, man. He bought his off. Yeah, he bought his offline, but he let me borrow some because he
I
had
was
some.
gonna say.
I normally don't have this because I'm, I got to be clean cut, shaved, and all that stuff. So
But he did just had a baby, so shout out to
yeah,
his
so I've
baby.
been on.
Shout out to
FMLA.
the newborn.
Thanks, man. Yeah, my daughter, she's about almost 2 months old. I go back to work on 26. I've been off for
Wow.
almost 2 months for FMLA.
Shout out to your daughter, man. Shout out to you guys, because I
Shout
know
out to
you
your
guys.
wife. Shout out to the farm.
Had to
What's
go through a
going
lot.
on with the farm?
Man, we got goats, we got chickens, we got horses. So we sell plenty of eggs. We hatch our own chickens. So
And your
all that
wife
good
does
stuff.
what again outside of the farm?
She's an ICU nurse for St. Luke's,
And you're what again?
Montgomery County Sheriff's Office deputy.
And you guys together outside of all that have what?
A farm.
Oh, right.
We
And a baby. And a baby.
And a baby.
And a baby.
And I do jujitsu. So.
And he
Hey,
does
and the wife does
jujitsu.
jujitsu also. Don't
Exactly.
forget about
Look
that.
at that.
Yeah.
Forget about that. Shelby
Yeah,
is a
we're-
beast.
Yeah, she is. She is.
That's impressive.
Hey,
How do
all this
y'all-
time I didn't know you sell eggs.
Really?
All this time you hit that from
Dude, I got you.
Bro, you know I need
No, I
eggs.
need eggs.
No,
I got
you
you.
no,
I
you
got
know
you.
I need eggs. Hey, on the mama noodle, egg.
Bro, I got
I'd
you,
rather
yes.
get it from you.
There we go, dude. We got it. We'll set it up, man. We'll set it up.
Unbelievable.
Buy
Milk?
Buy local.
Milk?
No, we ain't got milk yet. We ain't got goat milk yet.
Okay.
We're trying though. We're working on it. So.
Oh yeah, my wife and I just made goat cheese for homemade
Really?
goat cheese for the first time. Yeah, it turned out pretty good.
You might have to show us how to do it.
Yeah, do you guys? We could do it. Make it a date night.
Yeah.
Yeah. We made a blueberry rosemary goat cheese.
Okay.
It was delicious.
Ah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, really good.
Hey,
Sounds
you want
really
to come over?
I guess.
I know, we didn't get
Everybody-
invited.
hey.
We're over there looking at each other's
we
beard.
could all make goat cheese.
Over
man.
there looking at each other's beard.
It was,
Come on.
it's nice making cheese. Hey, listen here.
Over here, I ain't got none.
Chin strap,
Yeah, I was
mustache.
about to say, look at the mustache though.
I
Clean
know,
shave.
man. All right, so we got the sheriff, we got Blueshield Tactics. Tell us, why did you create Blueshield?
So I'll kind of bring up a little bit about how I began training, just to kind of give background about everything I've been doing. So early on in my years of I started wrestling in high school, and then that kind of led to one thing as far as training jiu-jitsu. After I got done with high school, me and a friend, Bruce Whitehead, we went into his gym that he trained at the time and started training. And I was already done with wrestling. I didn't know if I wanted to continue doing it, but I was helping him out. And so I got into the jiu-jitsu through that way because we were on the mats helping him out. And then I kind of missed that aspect of training and everything. So we got back on the mat. One thing led to another. 2 months in, I'm training striking, and then the instructor there asked me, do I want to fight? So I ended up wanting to fight. At the time, I was going to school as well, community college, and then at some point, I went for a semester, and I said, man, I want to go fight because I'm young, I'm hungry, and I want to do it. So why not now? So I go back, I could do that, and ever since 2014, I believe, was my first fight. I had about 10 amateur fights, then I had in MMA, I had 4 amateur fights in boxing, and then I transitioned eventually into professional fighting in MMA, and I spent a year preparing for that, and then a year actually fighting. I fought about 4 times, And then once COVID hit, obviously there was no fights going on. And in that time, you know, we had a lot of time to ourselves to kind of think about what was going to happen next. And in that moment, during the whole time of, you know, Black Lives Matter movement, which, you know, I support anybody that's trying to voice out how they feel when someone's feeling oppressed. One thing that I was kind of like standing at the opposition of was the topic of defunding the police. And of course, knowing friends as well that were in law enforcement, we have Emily Hoffman, who's a Conroe PD, who's a blue belt, trained with us, and Cory Brown, of course, who's a purple belt under Pressa. He trained with us. You know, these guys have chosen a profession where they could be called, you know, on duty to go through situations where they're going to have to encounter that type of physical altercation. And, you know, if they don't have the proper training, they're not going to be able to succeed in their jobs and their daily duty. So I just felt really passionate about it. And, you know, I kind of realized that there was a lot of people that went through the training through the academy that didn't receive the amount of time or training that is required to truly be able to apply in real life. You know, there's several hours that need to be spent really honing in on that craft, and the little nuances, little adjustments, and the knowledge, just being in connection with your body and being able to actually take that out and apply it. So there are several things that I feel are barriers for law enforcement guys and gals to come in and try it, you know, whether that be ego, financial restrictions for whatever they think they don't want to pay, or just scheduling. So I try to break down as many barriers as I can to allow them to come in and train, you know, but that pretty much led me to begin Blueshield Tactics and you know, and donate and commit my time to these guys who want to come in and learn and, you know, be the best they can be, really, because they I feel like we all have a responsibility, and I feel they have that responsibility to themselves to be the best they can be and be able to go out there and feel confident in their skills to be able to handle just about any situation that comes along.
Okay. So for those that's listening, they know what professional fighting is, fighting, etc. And a lot of mixed martial art, there's a lot of art in mixed martial arts, correct? Jiu-jitsu being one of them. Can you break down what jiu-jitsu is?
Yeah, so in a nutshell, you know, I'm not Webster Dictionary, but Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I find whenever someone asks me, you know, compare it for, like, example to striking, whether it's boxing or Muay Thai, anything like that, I always like to give the idea that, you know, when you're in the street and you're boxing with someone, you're striking with someone, both of y'all have, you know, the puncher's chance to land a punch, and, you know, you connect on that button and it's lights out for either of you. You still have that chance to happen, that chance of it happening to you as well. So in the aspect of grappling, if you're very, you know, significantly proficient at it than the other person, it's going to be hard once you close that distance for them to really do anything to you. And instead of actually, you know, punching or hitting or injuring someone, all you have to do is subdue them and neutralize them. That's the goal, is to neutralize, not necessarily, you know, hurt someone. So, you know, jiu-jitsu is the aspect of being able to manipulate someone, whether it's joint manipulation, small body, you know, limbs, and you can become very proficient at it in a matter of about a year's worth of commitment, you know, 3 days a week for about a year. Yeah.
Okay. So, Cory, question for you.
What's up, brother?
Do you feel like, aside from jiu-jitsu, okay, and you were already in law enforcement, had no jiu-jitsu experience at all, knowing what you know now with jiu-jitsu, you think it makes you better at your job? Mentally, physically?
Both mentally and physically, because, you know, before I ever had jiu-jitsu, I was a small fuse. I was, you know, ready to go off at any time on anybody, you know, but before, you know, when I started getting that training, that's when, you know, I started thinking to myself, like, there's people out there that could actually hurt me bad, you know. And so I started getting into training through when I worked in the jail. You know, I saw these, you know, inmates that were working out every day, you know, and they didn't like me, you know what I mean? And so you see that and you're like, well, how do I make myself better and safer? Well, I started doing jiu-jitsu, and that was the best decision I ever made. And it's definitely a lifestyle. With, it's perfectly paired. It's like cops and nurses, me and my wife. It's like cops and jiu-jitsu. It's paired. It needs to be a thing. It needs to be a full-time thing because, I'm more confident going into a situation, more confident going into a family violence call where two people are screaming at each other, fighting each other, and I know that I can go in there, I can subdue somebody, I can do what I need to do without using tools that could potentially hurt somebody, versus I could manipulate joints, arms, legs, whatever I have to do to control the situation. So yeah, it's helped me out tremendously. Jiu-jitsu it's good.
And what are your thoughts behind Blueshield? And
Blueshield Tactics, man, that's probably one of the best things that you can, anybody in Montgomery County area, I mean, even outside of Montgomery County, people in Harris County, deputies in Harris County, we have state troopers. Blueshield Tactics is taught by Alonso. I mean, Alonso is a trained black belt. He earned his black belt. So that means that, he knows his stuff. I mean, it takes 10 years to get your black belt on average, which is longer than a doctorate. You know what I mean? So you're getting that training from him. And I mean, it's simple. It's 1 hour, hopefully making it 2 hours a week, but, we both kind of started it, and Alonso's been teaching it. Yeah, it's good stuff.
How long have you been training jiu-jitsu?
So I started training jiu-jitsu in 2013. Yeah, I started wrestling in 2009, my freshman year of high school, and went through that, and then graduated in 2012. Took about a year off the mats when I was doing school, then got back in 2013 is when I started. So started in 2013 in March, pretty much exactly 7 years later, in 2020 in March, is when I received my black belt by Matt Wilson. Shout out to Matt Wilson.
Shout out to Matt Wilson. Shout out to Pressa Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
Hey, Cory said that it takes you 10 years to become a black belt. This guy did it like in 8 years. No, 7 years, right?
7 years.
So he was like the Goku Ultra Instinct or something.
Yeah. And, of course, I always appreciate the praise, my friends, but there's world champions out there that can do it in 4 years. And
really?
Oh, absolutely. But those guys are doing it 2 times a day, and they compete every other weekend or every weekend if possible, and those guys live for it. And I do my very best to stay as humble as possible because I know I'm not the best even in town, but it's the hunger to get that challenge from. And you got to be grateful for other gyms, Carlson Gracie, for example, where you go, Gracie Humadu, who's also in town, cross-training with these other people because it's great to train with your friends at the gym, but you also want that cross-training to test your skills. Maybe you see something that you haven't seen in a while, and it improves your game. It's always about getting better. So I'm always grateful for these guys that are also around because, iron sharpens iron. Early on in my first school where I started, that was one of the school's logo, Iron Madness, where I used to train prior to being with Matt Wilson at Pressa. That was their kind of motto, along with their logo, as iron sharpens iron, one man sharpens another. So I really, really like that quote.
Oh, that's awesome. What about you, Cory? How long have you been training?
Man, I've been training ever since 2015 when Pressa was just a little gym in that little shopping center. And ever since I started the academy, I stopped training for about 2 years. And then I went back to it. And just probably in the past year, I got my blue belt. Like I said, I stopped training, went to the academy. Life happened, couldn't train for a little bit, and eventually went back into training. After about a year, I got my purple belt. And Alonso has helped me out tremendously with that through his technique. His technique is fire. It's helped me out. Like he said, iron sharpens iron.
So walk me through Blueshield. I contact Blueshield, and steps from there go as.
Yeah, contact me directly, and then I always say everyone is welcome. The Blueshield Tactics specifically caters to law enforcement, and I try to make it as easy as possible. The right now currently set time is like Tuesday mornings. I'm like, man, Tuesday morning is the set time for you guys, 8 a.m. Come in, and I've been going back and forth on like whether I should make the set a price for these guys, like a monthly membership. But at some point I was just like, man, like I want these guys to come in, and I need to break down like whatever barrier there is. So I was like, dude, just come in.
No excuses.
No excuses.
No
man.
excuses.
Just come in.
What's how do they contact you? How do they reach to you?
So I have I have social media, of course. I have Instagram, which is Alonso Forever Young, and there's something behind that phrase as well, Forever Young.
You might as well just say it. Go ahead. I want to know. Go ahead.
You want to know? So I've had it for a long time, and Forever Young, I kind of get a little jabs here and there about it. But the idea behind Forever Young is that not necessarily that I want to be young forever, but I want to feel that energy of youthfulness that you do when you're young, in your younger days, no matter how old you get. People say I'm 29 years old, 30 years old. I say I'm 29 years young, 30 years young.
I love it. I want to hone in on one thing about Blueshield real quick, and because we've talked about mixed martial arts and we've talked about jiu-jitsu. So Blueshield is jiu-jitsu or?
Yeah, Blueshield Tactics is the actual program that I initiated for these guys. So there's like press Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, for example, is the gym name.
Got it.
And that's more for just anybody that wants to practice the art. And then Blueshield Tactics is specifically for law enforcement.
Okay.
So,
walk us through what that is.
right. So there are things that people have to kind of go through to really understand how altercation works. And the idea is that we're not creating like a hectic environment where cops, one thing is that cops feel like maybe it's a little bit of ego, and I feel like sometimes they don't want to come into an actual class with people who have been doing it for a while. They really know how to do jiu-jitsu, and they don't want to, kind of feel embarrassed in a sense with those people because, they feel they're in a position of authority and they should be able to, do whatever they want with these other people, but they're trained now. And so they kind of have to get over that wall where they get in an area of comfortability to where they can train with people of their own level. So that's what Blueshield Tactics does, is it's all these cops, they're all trying to get to the same goal, which is be the best you can be. So Blueshield Tactics goes through situations, positional training, a lot of drilling, really to hone in on that that idea of distance control, right? Positional control, how to just neutralize. We're not looking for submissions, right? We're not looking a lot for submissions, whether it's chokes, joint locks. It's more of manipulation and neutralization.
And another thing is, what's the most deadliest, weapon that a cop has? It's his firearm, right?
Yeah.
Firearm retention, that's what we work on as well. So, we work on situations where, that person's trying to grab your gun. Well, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? How are you going to go about that? How are you going to, that's where we work Kimura grips, the key lock and all that stuff. And we get to, you use that, position to get to a better position, to get out, to, get away. So, that always, that's pretty much, it's situational, like how we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not on a day-to-day basis, but
More than likely, right?
On
And
a situation by situation basis.
exactly.
Yeah.
If we end up getting in that situation, Alonso's, training us, we already know, and that's what I try to not instill, but explain to a lot of my police friends, my law enforcement friends, and is you have to practice it, because if you don't practice it, you're not going to know what the heck to do.
Well, it sounds like there's no excuses to go check out Blueshield Tactics. And, contact Alonso. Alonso, go ahead and throw out your contact info and how people can get a hold of you again.
So, again, I mentioned my Instagram, Alonso Forever Young. I'm on Facebook, Alonso Sanchez. I should pop up. I have like a fighter page, and then there's my actual page. Either one of those should do fine. And then I'll give out my personal number, 832-724-9629. You could just shoot me who you are and how you heard of me and what you're looking for, whether it's just actual jiu-jitsu training, if you're just a regular person wanting to get better and challenge yourself, or if you know someone who is in law enforcement, give them the information, have them reach out to me, and then we'll get them started, man.
Awesome. Yeah. Cory, go ahead and do a shout-out for the farm.
For the farm. Well, we're on Facebook right now. It's just Brown Family Ranch. We're up in New Waverly. We sell eggs. We're eventually selling goat milk and all that stuff. So we're pretty new farm, but we'll be up there soon. So
Hey guys, you know
I need like
tag the
12 dozen
farm and
eggs.
everything that we can, and we'll also tag Blueshield Tactics. Son explained to you guys how this next part of the show works, right?
Okay, this part of the show is called the Wheel of Death. But before I get to the Wheel of Death, I want to also go back to Blue Shield real quickly, okay, in Jiu-Jitsu. Because out of the room, I'm the littlest guy, okay? I'm the littlest guy, smallest guy here. And Jiu-Jitsu has helped out a lot for the small guy, okay? Going up against a big guy to actually can, hold their own against a bigger guy. And that's why I love Jiu-Jitsu. And I feel like anybody that's like my size in Jiu-Jitsu that go up against a bigger target, they actually have the confidence to subdue that, you know what I mean? To overcome that. So I really want you guys, the little small guys, okay, like myself, in law enforcement. There's people out there. You guys are out there, okay? Yep. I know Emily's there. She's small. She's like my size, okay?
Absolutely.
So
She's
hit
like
up
$130, man.
a $130, yes.
She processes
Oh my goodness!
nice.
I remember first time going to the gym training, and I was like looking around like who's close to my size. I was like, I got her. I'll take her out, man. I'm gonna take her out.
I'll tell you what.
Boom! Oh my goodness! I think I fell asleep.
With
Boom.
Emily Hoffman, man, I was super strong, before I started training. And then I go in there and I roll with her. She subs me with a choke. She circles to my back like 3 times in a matter of 5 minutes.
Oh.
And just subs me every
Oh,
time.
I remember that belt. She took you for your belt.
Yeah,
Oh,
she did.
Oh, that was awesome.
She did.
But hey, aside from that, reach out to Alonso. Reach out to Cory for his farm eggs. I'm definitely going to reach out to him. Alonso for the Blueshield Tactics training. Don't be embarrassed. Drop the ego. Hit him up.
And
2 great guys.
Yeah, and one last thing I think that I really want to push and that we focus on is people have like this negative idea of like law enforcement. When you see those lights in the rearview mirror, you don't get the idea of like protect and serve, that you're in a safe position. You really feel like, oh man, like you kind of get nervous. So that's what we try to change as well, is the view that the public has towards law enforcement as well. And for these officers, we really try to give them a sense of confidence out there, because there's an idea that when you increase the reliance on your weapon and you decrease the hands-on proficiency in your skills, the officer fear increases and therefore the deadly force increases, right? So we really try to look for hands-on proficiency, be confident in your skills, you increase officer presence, and therefore you decrease officer fear and you decrease deadly force.
There you go.
So.
Big shout out to Blueshield Tactics for coming out. Cory Brown with his
Big shout out to Montgomery County Sheriff's
eggs.
Office. Big shout out to Brown Family Ranch. And big shout out to Blueshield Tactics.
Yes.
Did you explain to them how this all works?
Yeah, so the Wheel of Death, we got 3 things that you're going to
I
eat.
didn't mention this to you because I wanted to.
No, don't worry. Cory works on a farm.
You work on a farm. You
So
eat crazy
you're
things.
good, you're good.
That's what farmers
So,
do.
You're going to be given a, should they team up? They should team up. They're going to team up.
What does that mean?
Meaning that they can help each other out with the trivia. It's a
No,
trivia.
whoa. Yes.
Trivia.
That's okay.
It's a trivia, okay?
Y'all two are
And-
fighting together, and you get one of us to be on your team. Well, I mean, that can't help you. We're kind of stuck, so that way
Yeah.
you don't think that you guys just got conned into this.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So you got 3 choices. If you lose, you're gonna whatever the wheel land on is what you guys are gonna eat. If you get it wrong, if you get it right, then one of us eat.
Oh, okay.
That's it, and Dick too.
No, we didn't get the right amount of likes,
I know,
man.
guys, come
we
on.
didn't even come close.
300
I'm happy
likes,
that Dick hasn't
please.
been making fun of us for that, man.
300 likes, please.
300 likes on anything.
So,
Just click something on
so
our
it's
page
not-
and like it.
It's not worm, it's silkworm.
It's silkworm. Hey, man, we had to improvise. 1 word's easier to type
Okay.
than 2. You're
Silkworm.
challenging us with a lot of things.
We
given
got
the current climates.
peanut butter jelly sardine with marshmallow.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Okay, and then we got a century egg. It's black.
If the century egg's 100, an egg that's been preserved for 100 years.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. So Cory, you the egg man.
How does that smell?
You the egg man. Egg man. Okay, let's do it. Let's do
All
it.
right. Firstly, who
Trivia.
is teaming up with Alonso and Cory, a.k.a. Jeff, a.k.a. Hefe? What are you talking about, man? No!
Hold on. If you get it right, I have to eat it. He doesn't.
That's a plus. Come on.
Okay.
Oh! What are we playing for?
I got worms.
You got worm? Alright, I got egg. And it's
Oh,
a sardine, man.
That's not bad.
That is bad.
All right.
I don't like sardines. What kind of peanut butter is that?
That's organic.
Whole grain.
So we gonna eat that?
Yeah, there's a piece for each of us.
Yay.
All right. Okay, guys, so this is trivia. You get 5 categories. I can't help. You two have to agree on a category together. Our gracious, lovely, beautiful producer is about to read you guys the categories.
All right, guys. This is going to be really simple. This is, by the way, this is from the 80s and 90s trivia box, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, forever. No, okay, forever young.
All right.
should get this.
So the topics are movies, music, television, sports, pop culture.
Agree, talk together
What do
as
you
a
think,
team.
I mean, I like music.
Sure.
It's 80s, 90s music.
Hopefully, it's a lot of Tupac.
Hopefully it's a lot of Tupac. Whatever you think, man. Music it is.
Nah, dude, you're the
No?
black belt,
All right,
dude.
hey, we'll go. You know, what was the topics again? Music.
So you have
movies,
movies, music, television, sports, and pop culture.
Go movies, bro.
All right, movies. Let's do movies.
All right, guys. You guys ready? They chose movies. Okay, this is a single answer. There's no multiple choice. So the question is, who played Christy Brown, an Irish boy with cerebral palsy, who uses his left foot to paint and write?
Just throw in a towel.
Wait.
Who played Christy Brown, an Irish boy with cerebral palsy, who uses his left foot to paint and
I
write?
want to say Leonardo DiCaprio.
Sure.
Sure.
All right. Well, I am going to say this one more time, just to remind you guys. This is 80s and 90s.
Is that your final answer?
Oh, wait. How old is I can't answer.
How
but-
old is
Macaulay
Macaulay
Culkin. Maybe it's Macaulay Culkin.
That's it. Is that
All right,
it?
What's y'all's final
Macaulay
answer?
Culkin or Leonardo DiCaprio?
I guess Macaulay.
Let's do Macaulay Culkin.
He's younger, right?
What?
No, he's...
No. Okay, Macaulay Culkin.
Stop helping.
Stop
son.
helping me, bro.
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. I don't feel confident in either of those answers, but
All right, y'all are wrong. It's Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
that
What would they have gotten if
No,
it
you
was
don't.
music?
Do you really?
The movie's called My Left Foot. I can't believe I've never heard of this movie.
I've never heard of the
Never.
movie.
This.
I feel
Yeah,
feel
What
set
was the
up.
music?
y'all
Set
question?
up.
y'all should check it out. He literally is playing a cerebral palsy person the entire movie. It's pretty extreme.
Yeah.
Wish I'd have known
Sounds
that before the snow
extreme.
day.
Yeah.
He's wheelbound or wheelchair bound, and
Damn.
he's got the clicking. I mean, he's that's
Must
good
be a
movie.
great movie because Dick is over there laughing.
Well, I just laughed because you said Leonardo DiCaprio. I was like, do you know how old he was in the 80s? Like he was
I
just
don't.
he was
I
just
don't.
on TV at like 13 at that time. So then we said
So
Macaulay
right?
Culkin. I was like, I don't think he was even
He was
born.
born.
No.
That's why I was
In
like,
the 80s
no.
and 90s?
I think he was born in like 82, but like he wasn't playing a movie, but it was cerebral palsy. He uses his left foot to
I have
paint
no reference
and
of
write.
time.
Hey, what was
I'm
music
forever
though?
young.
If they chose
what
music,
was
what was
music?
music?
All right, so the music question was the final
Tupac.
the final countdown
Oh,
was an 80s
Final
anthem
I know.
by the band Europe. What country was Europe from?
and
Don't
someone,
say Europe.
Canada.
Europe.
Is it Canada?
Wait, countries in Europe, man.
Well, it's kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay, so safe to say, no one would have gotten the answer correct. Anyway, it went.
All right.
All right, guys.
All right, grab one.
Let's
Pass one.
Let's dish this up. Is that bottom piece? That's
sardine.
cut. All right. Here, take the top half.
Well, I had to say it. I'm on a fast diet, so it's like past my time to eat.
Yo, I looked in the middle of these pieces of bread.
I actually like would have preferred the sardines, so this is cool.
All right.
Do you like sardines, Alonzo?
Yeah, I don't mind them.
Try it.
Grab a piece. No, we take a bite together. Do you like sardines? I don't like sardines.
Take that.
Pass that back over here. Are you eating the marshmallow?
what that tastes.
Bro.
Wait,
All
you
right.
just take a bite.
Show it on the camera.
Hold on.
That's your camera right there.
Don't look in the middle. Oh!
Oh god. Where we at? Are
I'm
we counting
gonna
3?
take
Are we
a
doing
bite.
a countdown?
Wait,
Hold on. Ready?
Wait, oh, show it in the camera? Oh,
Show
yeah.
on your
this
camera
Is,
right there.
this is nasty, y'all. Oh, you looking at
I'm
it,
like
Dick?
shaking, bro.
There we go.
You shaking? All right. Dick, count us down.
I'm gonna eat the fat.
Are we taking the whole thing?
3.
No, we're just taking a bite.
Bite.
Hey,
All right.
I'm gonna eat the
What the
whole
thing?
thing.
What
I
the
want to
sardine?
make sure to eat it right by the mic so we get the crunch. 3, 2, 1.
It's not bad. Horrible.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
The peanut butter and jelly went.
Uh-oh.
Don't.
You're going to spew in that.
Hey, that's not bad. Oh, I could make this like a snack.
Oh!
Bro, you're
that-
gonna,
All right,
you're gonna
guys.
eat the whole thing?
That
I
was the
wasn't
show.
cool with that.
I want you guys to reach out, law enforcement. Reach out to Alonso. Once again, Alonso, give him your phone number
oh!
with your mouth full in a sexy
Corey, let's
voice.
start with you.
Coming back to on show.
In a sexy voice.
Alonso Sanchez, social media. My phone number 832-724-9629.
And
Reach out to me. You know, anybody in law enforcement, send them on over. We're gonna fix it up.
You can get a hold of me on Instagram or Facebook. Instagram is cbrownjj, and Facebook, just look up Cory Brown. If you can find me, I'm pretty common.
And Brown Family Ranch.
Brown Family Ranch. Yep.
You want to give him your phone number? No.
I keep my personal
Keep that
cell to
stuff
myself.
private. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about your beeper number?
My what?
You beat
My pager.
Your pager.
What's your
Hey,
badge
okay.
number?
Yeah.
Alonso, Corey, thank you both so much
you,
for
guys.
coming in. Again, that's Blueshield Tactics, and that's Montgomery County Sheriff's Department, and that's also Brown Family Ranch, and that is YPC. So everybody, if you enjoyed the show today, if please, there's no excuse not to reach out. All of our law enforcement officers should be taking that extra initiative. And thank you to the current law enforcement officer sitting here in front of us. Thank you for everything that you're doing, Alonso. Thank you for everything that you're doing, Corey.
Yes, sir.
That's YPC 936. Hopefully we'll be able to do a couple more things with the two of you here in the future. YPC 936 across the board. So, thank you to Kelly. Thank you to Kalia for this lovely smorgasbord for the Wheel of Death today. And again, thank you, Dick, our lovely, gracious, beautiful producer. And San, thank you.
Thank you, Taylor. When we're out.